Hello everyone, welcome to Hunnara's Arts and Lifestyle channel. In today's video, I'll be telling you all about Chaitra Navaratri and the rituals to be followed for Chaitra Navaratri and the significance and importance of it. Not just that, the same rituals will also hold good for Ashada Navaratri, the Navaratri that we celebrate in the months of September and October. So please don't miss to watch this video till the end. Before going into the rituals, let us first understand what is Chaitra Navaratri. You all will be surprised if I tell you that there are 4 seasonal Navaratris that come in a year. Yes, you heard it right. So we have got 4 Navaratris which come in a year. However, we only celebrate one of the Navaratris which is called as Ashada Navaratri. And this comes post-monsoon season and in the months of September and October. There are 3 more Navaratris apart from Ashada Navaratri and not many of them are aware of these. The next most celebrated Navaratri is called as Chaitra Navaratri and this is celebrated during the Hindu New Year, that is post-winter season in the month of March and April. The next Navaratri is called as Magha Navaratri, which comes in the winter season in the months of January and February. The last Navaratri is called as Ashada Navaratri, which comes in the start of the monsoon season in the months of June and July. So having understood about what is Chaitra Navaratri, let me tell you the dates on which Chaitra Navaratri is coming this year. This year, Chaitra Navaratri is going to start on 13th of April, which is a Tuesday, and it is going to end on 22nd April, which happens to be a Thursday. And this year I am going to celebrate Chaitra Navaratri because I want to pray for good health for all the elders in my family. Now, let me tell you the significance of Chaitra Navaratri. As I have already told you, Chaitra Navaratri begins in the first month of the Hindu calendar. So according to the Brahma Purana, Brahma started the creation of the world from Chaitra Pratipada. It is from the Chaitra Navaratri that the calendar of the Hindu year begins to be counted. Some people believe that Ma Durga descended on the first day of Chaitra Navaratri and Brahma started the work of creation of the universe at the behest of Mother Durga. This is why Hindu New Year begins from Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. It is also believed that on the 3rd day of Chaitra Navaratri, Lord Vishnu took the first incarnation in the form of Matsya and established the earth. Apart from this, Lord Rama, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, was also born on the Navami date of Chaitra Navaratri, which is celebrated as Rama Navami. Chaitra Navaratri is mostly celebrated in northern India. In Maharashtra and Goa, it begins with Gudi Parva, and in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, it begins with Yugadi. Now let me start with the rituals to be followed for Navaratri. Whatever rituals I'll be briefing you from now on are the same rituals which can be followed for Ashada Navaratri also, which we celebrate in the months of September and October. So the previous night before Chaitra Navaratri starts, we will have to arrange everything in the puja room and keep it ready. There is a reason for this because once Navaratri is going to start, there will be a lot of rituals which are time consuming and will not have any time left to do the arrangements. So during Navaratri, it is mandatory to keep a kalash. Now how many kalash we are going to keep, that is going to be optional. We can either keep a single kalash or we can keep 9 kalash. 1 kalash for each form of Durgi, for Navadurgis. Now you might be asking a question that you are already keeping a kalash for Lakshmi on a daily basis. So now if you are going to add 1 more kalash, will it not become 2 kalash in the same house, and is it okay to keep it? Well, I have verified this with a couple of saints and they have confirmed to me that there is no harm in keeping two kalash, because one kalash that we are keeping on a daily basis, that belongs to Lakshmi and this belongs to Durga. So there is no harm in it. But even in spite of that, if you guys are feeling very insecure to keep two kalash, then what you can do is, beside the kalash, you can keep a Venkateshwara idol or a Venkateshwara photo. So that should do. Now, in case if you guys are going to decide that you want to keep 9 kalash, there are two ways in which you can do it. Either you can keep one kalash every day throughout the 9 days of Navaratri, or you can keep all the 9 kalash before the Navaratri starts, that is on the very first day of Navaratri itself. I prefer to do it the second way, that is keeping all the 9 kalash together, and the reason for that is because there is something called as Pattake Kursodu. So this is actually a Kannada word, and what it means is that all the gods will be sitting on a patta or on a pita during Navaratri, and they will not be getting up from that particular pita unless you shake them or you disturb them. So usually what happens during all other days is that the god and the goddess, they will be walking around and they will be traveling around the world and around the universe. But what happens during Navaratri is that each and every Hindu god will be sitting on patta or on a pita, okay, and they are not going to get up and they are not going to travel across the world or across the universe. This is what is strictly believed in all of the temples, and they strictly follow this. So during Navaratri, you are not supposed to change the kalash or even touch the kalash or any of the god idols. That is why during the last time when I did Navaratri, there were a lot of requests that came in that, why don't you actually do sandalwood paste alankaram for Durga? Why don't you do this kind of alankaram for Durga? And please show me how you are doing it and all. So I didn't do it during Navaratri because I was not supposed to shake the Durga Vigraha during that time. So what you will have to do during Navaratri is that, first and the foremost thing is that, make sure that all of your setting are in place, and it is in such a place that it is not going to be disturbed when you're offering flowers or offering Naivedya, or when you're going to clean the puja room. And the second thing is that, do not offer too many flowers to your kalash or to any of the god. Because what happens, if you start putting garland, then the garland are going to stay fresh hardly for 1 or 2 days. And that too, it is summer now, right? And you will anyway be forced to remove that, the old or dried flower. And when you're trying to do it, there is a possibility that you're going to shake the kalash. So that is the reason I'm suggesting you to just offer 1 or 2 flowers and just keep it at the bottom of kalash. Don't keep anything on top of kalash. Okay, so that way, in case if you want to change the flowers, all you have to do is pick up something which is already there on the step of your puja room, and you really don't have to touch any of the gods or goddess or the kalash. But in case if you feel like no, you really need to offer more flowers, then what you will have to do is, every day you will have to keep offering fresh flowers on top of the old flowers. So don't remove the old flowers, let the old and dried flowers be there wherever it is, and on top of it you start offering new flowers. So that is another way in which you can manage this during Navaratri. There is already a video in my YouTube channel regarding kalash and the rituals to be followed for kalash. That is how to set up the kalash and what to fill inside. Do you really need to keep the kalash on a plate filled with rice? And how many leaves of betel nut or mango leaves do you need to put inside the kalash? Is coconut mandatory? And which god does a kalash represent? So all of these questions and doubts are being cleared in this particular video which is there in my YouTube channel. So for setting up the kalash on the previous day, you will be taking a plate filled with rice, and on top of that you are going to keep the kalash, and for the kalash you are going to fill it with water and put 1 coin inside it, and you are going to put either betel nut leaves or mango leaves inside. So the number of leaves that you are going to put will be either 3 numbers or 5 in numbers. And once you keep all these, then you will have to keep the coconut. So again, in my video I have explained to you on the position of how to keep the coconut and all. So you can just follow the same rituals. And apart from all this, you will also need to have a Mangal Sutra for the kalash. So it doesn't have to be gold Mangal Sutra. You can even go for an artificial Mangal Sutra. And in case if you're not able to find anything, just find a turmeric stick and tie it with a thread which is covered with turmeric. So the thread has to be colored yellow with the help of turmeric, and use that thread to tie the turmeric piece like this and tie it at the neck of the kalash. So that itself will be considered as Mangal Sutra, and in fact this type of Mangal Sutra is considered very, very auspicious. Now once this is done, even before you keep the mango leaves or the betel nut leaves and the coconut in the kalash, there are a few items that you will have to put inside the kalash in case if it is available for you. Whatever is available out of these items, you can just start putting 1 drop or very little quantity, because you are going to keep this kalash for 10 days. In case if you are going to put too much of quantity, then it will start smelling. So that is the reason why I am telling you that you have to offer very little, just 1 drop of each one of these substance will do. So the items to add inside the water for kalash is ghee, milk, curd, gomutra, honey, vibhuti, kumkum, turmeric and akshate. Akshate is rice mixed with turmeric. Either you can use oil, ghee or water to mix it. Now once the kalash is ready, you can put a Durga face to the coconut, and keeping the Durga face on top of coconut is something which is optional. It is not mandatory. So usually what I do during Chaitra Navaratri is that I'm going to keep only one kalash for Durga, and I don't keep the Durga face at all. I'm going to make it very, very simple, because it is going to be really tough for me to do such a grand kind of Navaratri twice a year. So during Chaitra Navaratri I keep it very simple, but during Ashada Navaratri I tend to keep 9 Durgas. So in case if you are interested to see how my last Navaratri went, then this is the video that you will have to watch for that. Now before starting the puja, you will have to wipe the floor and put the rangoli. And once all of these things are done, the first and the foremost thing that you will have to do is lighting the diyas. So you will have to light all the diyas that you have kept in your puja room. And not just that, there is another additional diya that you will have to light, and it is called as Kamakshi Deepa. So again, for Kamakshi Deepa, there is a video which is already there in my YouTube channel. So you may want to have a look at that and understand, the significance of Kamakshi Deepa and why do we keep it and all that. So the Kamakshi Deepa that we are going to light during Navaratri is called as Akanda Jyoti or Akanda Deepa. The reason why we call it as Akanda Deepa is because once we light it on the first day of Navaratri, the diya should not go off until the night of the 10th day. And this is utmost important during Navaratri. So you should make sure that you keep on putting oil every morning and evening to this diya, and make sure that you keep removing the waste part of the wicks and all, and you keep adjusting the wicks in such a way that the diya keeps burning without going off. So after lighting the diyas, offer kumkum and turmeric to diya and flowers and do an agarbatti arati, and after that your normal puja is going to start. So before doing the puja to the kalash, you will have to do Pita Puja. That is, you will have to touch the plate of the kalash which is filled with rice, and you will have to do namaste to it. And after doing Pita Puja, the next thing that you will have to do is Kalasha Puja. So for Kalasha Puja, you will have to offer vibhuti, kumkum, turmeric and flower as usual. And you will have to do something called as Ahwahane. So the meaning of Ahwahane is that you are giving an invitation, or you are requesting the god or the goddess to come and sit in that kalash so that you can do the pratishtapane and you can start worshipping. Okay, so for this Ahwahane, all you have to do is say the name of the god, and you will have to put akshate on top of the kalash 3 times. Like for example, if you want Shailaputri form of Durga to come and sit in that kalash, then you will have to call Shailaputri, 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 and you will have to offer akshate every time you are going to say the name. So this way, in case if you are keeping 9 kalash, then for each one of the kalash, you will have to call one form of Durga out of the Navadurgas, and you will have to put akshata. Like that, you will have to do it for all the 9 kalash. But in case if you have got a single kalash, then you can call all the 9 names together, and then you can offer akshata on top of the kalash. That itself will be called as Ahwahane. And once Ahwahane is done, that is when you can do the Arati. And after doing this Arati, then you can finish the normal puja that you have in your puja room. Like you will be having lot of other gods also, and you may be doing abhishekam to small idols in your puja room. So finish all of your daily pujas and all. And after that, in case if you have got a Durga Vigraha in your puja room, then you will have to do Abhishekam to this Durga Vigraha. Now, doing Abhishekam is optional, to be very honest. In case if you have time and if you are able to get all the items, then you can do the Abhishekam. So while doing Abhishekam, there are various ways in which you can do it. Either you can do the Abhishekam with only water, or you can do it with Panchamrita, or you can do Abhishekam by offering many items like the traditional way which is being followed in many of the temples. There is already a video in my YouTube channel that briefs about the kind of Abhishekam that needs to be done for Durga during Navratri. So in case if you are interested, you can always watch this video and perform the Abhishekam according to this video. So once the Abhishekam is completed, then you will have to wipe and clean the Vigraha, and then you will have to do Alankaram to the Vigraha. Now when I say Alankaram, it is not mandatory that you have to do a special type of Alankaram. You can even offer flowers and decorate the idol with flowers. That is also called as an Alankaram. Or otherwise, in case if you have got a sari, then you can drape a sari and offer jewelry on top of it, and that also becomes another type of Alankaram. So there are various types of Alankaram that can be done for a Durga idol. So there are multiple videos which are there in my YouTube channel. So I'm going to leave the link for each one of these videos related to Alankaram and all other things related to Navratri in the description box. So please don't miss to check the description box of this video and make sure that you watch all of the other videos to get a context of what I'm telling. So this particular video which is there in my YouTube channel, it briefs on how to do Alankaram using the household items or the kitchen items which are readily available in our house. And this particular video briefs on how to do neem leaves Alankaram. And this video briefs on how to do the Alankaram using cloths and jewelry. And these videos over here cover on how to do the Alankaram by draping the sari to the Durga Vigraha. So once the Alankaram is done, then you will have to do the puja, that is offer vibhuti, kumkum, turmeric, flowers, and then do the arati. So now when you are doing arati, it is up to you on how you want to do it. You can do agarbatti arati, then you can do camphor arati, then you can do pancharati. By placing 5 wicks, there is a pancharati which is available in the market. So just place 5 wicks over here and then do this pancharati. Or you can even offer dhupa in case if you want. So once the puja and arati is completed, then you will have to do Kunkumarchani. Now again, doing Kunkumarchani is not mandatory. It is optional. Doing Abhishekam and Kunkumarchani is optional. Okay. And all of these things you are doing it on the first day. Please remember that. You don't have to do this every day. So for Kunkumarchani, you will have to say Durga ASTOTHARA. And in case if you are not aware of Durga ASTOTHARA, then you can just play Durga ASTOTHARA on your mobile and start offering Kunkum by holding your fingers like this. So this part of holding the fingers in this particular mudra is very important when you are offering Kunkum during Kunkumarchani. So every time there is a mantra that is being said in Durga ASTOTHARA, you will have to offer little bit of Kunkum on top of a plate in case if it is available, or in case if your Durga Vigraha is very small, like many of you have got 2 inches Durga Vigraha or 3 inches Durga Vigraha. So in such a case, you can keep Durga Vigraha in a big plate, and on top of Durga Vigraha itself, you can start offering Kunkum. But in case if your Durga Vigraha is very big, like what I have in my puja room, then you can just take a small plate and you can just start putting Kunkum on top of the plate. That itself will do. And once Kunkumarchana is done, again you will have to do the Arati, which is then followed by Naivedyam. So for the Naivedyam that you need to offer during Navaratri, there is already another video which is there in my YouTube channel where I have briefed on the color of the dress that we can actually wear during each one of the days of Navaratri and what is the Naivedyam that we can offer on each one of the days of Navaratri. And believe me, my dear friends, the Naivedyam that I have told you over here is not complicated. It is very, very simple. Like for example, I have told you that you can offer jaggery. Now when I say you can offer jaggery to Durga, What I mean is that either you can offer it as you have purchased it from the shop directly without cooking it, or optionally you can cook it and make a sweet out of jaggery and you can offer that also. Okay, usually people like me who are working or who are staying abroad, they may not be able to get each one of these items, or they may not have enough time to do all of these naivedyam. So in such a case, you don't have to worry. Whatever is readily available from the shops like jaggery, till and coconuts, you can just offer it like that without cooking or without making a special dish out of it. And in case if you have got time, you can make a special dish and you can offer it using the ingredients which I mentioned in my video. So after offering naivedyam, again do an arati, and then you will have to read the chapters from the book Sri Devi Mahatme. So every morning you will have to read one chapter, and every evening you will have to read another chapter. So all of these things that I have told you, that is naivedyam, arati, and reading the book Sri Devi Mahatme, and again doing an arati. So all of these things will have to be done every morning and every evening during a Navratri. So the Abhishekam, Alankaram and Kunkumarchani, you are going to do it only on the first day, and throughout the rest of the days it is going to be a normal puja in your house, except for that you are going to offer naivedyam twice a day, that is morning and evening, and you are going to read 2 chapters from the book, 1 chapter every morning and 1 chapter every evening. So this is what you are going to follow for the next of the 9 days. And on the last day, that is the 10th day of Navaratri, that is when you can do another Abhishekam, Alankaram and Kunkumarchani to a Durga Vigraha, in case if you have it in your house. So once all of these things are completed, the next question will be, how long does my Akanda Jyoti will have to be lit? So your Akanda Jyoti will have to be lit until the night of the 10th day. So in this year, you will have to light it until 22nd April night. So what you can do is, in the evening of 22nd April, you can just put some oil and you can leave the diya as it is, and then you don't have to oil the diya at all. So let it go off on its own. Please do not off the Akanda Jyoti by using a flower or any other means. So you can remove the arrangements in your puja room, that is the kalash or the vigraha and all, on the 11th day. Until then, you don't have to disturb anything. So this completes the rituals for Navaratri. I hope you all have liked this video. If so, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click on the bell icon to get automatic notifications every time I release a new video. Thank you.